is a good thing, but we need more PPE to continue fighting this virus.
Governor Whitmer calling on more PPEs as we learn a second legislator has gotten sick from the coronavirus, and the governor hints at a development in her stay-at-home order. Just moments ago, we learned of 2 more deaths in Kent County, bringing the total to 5 overall deaths, and deaths are just over 600. Our state's sick stands at over 15,000, and soon the governor says we'll be able to add a new category to this list: how many people have recovered. We do know how many people are in the hospital now. Of our nearly 16,000 cases as of this weekend, almost 4,000 were in the hospital, with almost 1,300 critically ill on ventilators. Here's what's happening to that curve. We've dropped stayed stable, with the number of new cases helping flatten that curve ever so slightly. But can we keep it going? That's the big question right now. Hello, everyone. I'm Tom Hillen. First at noon to Governor Whitmer's latest remarks. We carried them live here and on woodtv.com. The governor today hinting at changes to our state's stay-at-home order, but she wouldn't say whether it'll get more restrictive or loosen up. Here's how she addressed it about an hour ago.
We are looking at an additional order with regard to staying home and staying safe. We know that people are taking it seriously, and I think that that's a good thing. I think that to see the real benefits of the work that we've done, it takes a few weeks to know what that really means. But we do know that the most effective tool that we have right now, as our hospitals are overwhelmed and we don't have enough PPE, is to slow the spread of the virus. And that's precisely why we did the stay-home order as early as we did. We were aggressive. We we were on the front edge of setting that policy. We are not close to the apex yet. We haven't hit that yet, and until we do, I think it's absolutely essential that we're continuing to be aggressive. So I would anticipate an additional order probably in the next week, and that you'll have more information on that, so stay tuned.
Whitmer also addressed the flood of unemployment claims, many of you having difficulty even getting into the system. She said claims went from about 5,000 a week before COVID to around 300,000 last week alone, and that she's personally making sure everyone gets into the system. She also said that $600 added to the benefit hasn't happened yet.
More people have applied in 2 weeks than all of 2019. Accordingly, we've been completely inundated in our UIA system. We are continuing to work to redouble our efforts, quadruple our efforts actually, working with DTMB around the clock to increase our website capacity. For 1099 employees and workers, for independent contractors and gig economy workers, the additional $600 per week that we are hoping to be able to include, we are still waiting on the U.S. Department of Labor to give us the rules and authorization to pay. I just want to say I understand how frustrating this can be. I've talked to a number of people who've been trying to navigate the unemployment system. I know that there are 800,000 claims, and I want you to know we will get to you. This is hard, but we cannot proceed until we've got the guidance from the federal government and until we have the ability to get everyone into the queue. I'm going to be dedicated some of my time this week to help with that effort personally. And I invite anyone who would like to chip in and put their time into it to join me.
The governor also stressed that she supports everyone wear some sort of face covering, even if it's not a medical mask, and even if you aren't showing symptoms.
Wearing a mask does not mean that you are immune and that you don't need to observe all of the other CDC guidelines. You still need to stay 6 feet away from people when you're out in public, washing your hands, coughing into or sneezing into get the crook of your arm. It's crucial that just wearing a mask doesn't give you a false sense of security and you think that you can resume normal life. It's just an added protection.
Governor Whitmer just tweeted in the past half hour that Detroit Democrat Karen Whitsett has tested positive for COVID-19. The governor tweeted that she's wishing for the state rep's quick recovery. We're told she did not attend the House's last session on March 16th and has been home in quarantine. And we're also told she believes she is on the mend from the disease. Whitsett is the second legislator known to have the virus. Fellow Democrat, Detroit Democrat Isaac Robinson died last week from what was strongly suspected to be a case of the coronavirus. This all comes as the legislator is considering holding session again this week against the wishes of the governor, who said in today's briefing she's concerned about their health and taking the illness back to the regions they represent across the state.